To quote somebody in the audience there at the end, yeah. That was pretty sweet. Ra Riot here in the Bloodworks live studio. Thank you guys. You guys performed last night at the Wonder Ballroom.
Yes, we did.
And instead of hightailing it out of town, you stuck around to play for us. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We got Wes, Rebecca. I'm going to point to the wrong person, but I'm going to do this off of memory. Matt, Andrew, Matt, and Kenny in the back. Has anybody told you, Kenny, that looks like a candy corn T-shirt? Making me a little hungry.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. The serious question here. We just went through daylight savings or the return from daylight savings. Does that screw you up as a band, or do you just not? Do you live in a world where time doesn't really matter and somebody just tells you where to be?
Well, let me answer that question with another question. Did that happen last night?
It happened 2 nights ago. So Saturday into Sunday, 2 a.m. That's when we're all supposed to wake up and change our clocks.
Well, I guess that's your answer.
Right.
I didn't really realize.
Yeah, you've got people that tell you where you need to be.
It feels early still, so.
Yeah. Which is why you thought it was still morning.
Yeah.
But actually, technically, this time on Saturday, it would have been 1 p.m., right? Am I doing the math correctly? Yeah. Daylight savings is dumb. Can we all just say that officially? It's just dumb.
Yeah, it is.
What's not dumb is you've got new music, brand new album, Super Bloom. Came out in August.
Yep.
Let's talk about this. I know on the previous album, in fact, I should point this out, public apology by court. Oftentimes in my research before I talk to bands, I go and I find other interviews to watch, learn, see what questions are good, see what questions are bad. Okay. I found this interview from 3 years ago. I Googled it. Yep, I Googled it. I found this interview from 3 years ago, and it was the worst interview ever. And it was the one I gave that I did with you 3 years ago at this stage. So I want to just apologize this right now. I was so horrible. So for that, I apologize. I feel like this one's way better. Way, way better. We'll see how it ends.
So far, what do you guys think?
You guys don't even remember, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious as to what was so bad.
It was me. I couldn't pronounce Rostam's last name, and which is why I'm not even going to say it now.
Yeah.
He just goes by Rostam.
That's what everybody calls him, right? Yeah. Because nobody can pronounce his last name. Anyway, you've Rostam, of course. If you don't know, he was once a member of Vampire Weekend, frequent collaborator with Ra Riot, and you guys worked with him again on this new album, right?
Yeah, we did. That last song and a song we may play later.
Okay, see how it goes. If we're a good audience, is that how that works? Yeah. But I understand you kind of took a different approach on Super Bloom, where you didn't stay in one studio and crank it out. You kind of moved around.
Yeah. There's a lot of different studios and producers we worked with. Like our last record, we only did 2 with Rostam in the end. But there were, maybe like 5 or 6 other studios, including our own homes. I think all 3 of us recorded things in our houses and like sent to the others to work in, and did a few days in a studio here and a few days in another studio there, and it was fun because it kind of afforded us like a little space to reflect on what we were making in the middle of the process, which if you have too much time it can be a problem, but I think we were prepared for it because we had kind of been moving sort of towards that in the past. So it was a helpful thing this time.
When you record, I'd actually read the article I read said that you recorded in your parents' home.
Yes.
Do you have to like run around the house and be like, everybody quiet, we're recording?
Actually, it was my parents' idea. Actually, they went on vacation. They were like, well, if you want to go use the house, I'm like, well, okay. We'll check it out. And we didn't really intend to use it as like a time for tracking stuff. We would just be writing and, arranging or figuring stuff out. And it just kind of happened that, that mind space you get into when you're not really making something, you make something that you like a lot. And that was kind of what allowed us to, that was kind of what felt like the glue, I think. Having all these different producers and locations that we used could have felt like too much. And maybe it does on like first listen, but having, a few, like a song every couple tracks that is like, well, we just kind of did this literally on our own. As a band, kind of like how we used to do things. that kind of felt like the glue to keep it all together.
How much writing takes place while you're out on tour? Like right now, are you writing songs as you're?
Very little.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly video games and TV.
TV? Are you binge watching stuff on Netflix, Prime Video? What are you watching right now, Wes?
Well, there's been a few shows that I don't like that have been watched a lot that I don't want to name, but we watched.
You want to
Hellraiser.
name names? Who's watching it and who should not be watching it?
I don't want to point anything.
Okay, all right.
What about our big plan for today?
So we're we stayed just to hang out with you guys for a little longer, and so for the rest of the day we're going to be in the bus. I don't know, 8-10 hours or something. So we got Sopranos season 1. We're going to start from the beginning.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll make it through the whole season and be like, everyone will be mad at me for not downloading the second season for the day, but I think 1 is enough.
One season?
Yeah.
Good luck getting through like half of it.
Yeah.
That's some heavy stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're all fans or from New Jersey, so.
All right. So it's like going back home.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to the music. How about that?
Let's
More
do it.
music with Ra Riot here in the Bloodworks Live studio.